on this episode of Carnage. We're at MotorEx. So what is MotorEx? MotorEx is Melbourne's biggest indoor car show. Well, it's not just Melbourne's, and it's not just indoor, look at it. We got the real street stuff out here, so many cars, and then we've got shiny cars inside there, and then shiny cars up in the hall there and there and there. There's so many halls full of shiny cars. They are the nicest cars in the country. We're gonna go check them out. We also got the Carnage cars here. They're up on the VPW stand in Performance Garage. We're gonna go check them out. In fact, why don't we go check them out right now? My babies! So here we are on the VPW stand in the eBay Performance Garage, and my babies are here. So the ute is mostly done. It's not quite running yet. It doesn't have axles, it doesn't have a tail shaft, and it's missing a little bit of piping, but it is almost done. So we'll have this done shortly after MotorEx, and obviously you're going to see that on future episodes of Carnage. And then the wagon is here, the Lexcen wagon. It's fresh from Optima, the Street Car Challenge, where it did really well, where it come 6th in class, 23rd overall, and when you see the cars we're up against, it did extremely well. For a station wagon, we were ripping it, and a lot of fun. And it was my first time really pushing that car anywhere around corners, so I thought we did pretty well. So we're only going to go bigger and better from there. We need to upgrade its brakes and that sort of thing, and yeah, we'll get it going. But the ute is here at MotorEx, and it looks amazing. So let's check it out. So obviously we've got the Carnage cars on the VPW stand this weekend, and VPW is a one-stop shop when it comes to performance parts. They have everything. Our cars have so much of their gear in it, from fuel pumps to lines, fittings, intercoolers, piping, everything. I mean, look at this stuff. They've just come up with Barra pump gears. They look awesome. We're going to put some of them in Turbo Taxi. There's backing plate there, C4 input shafts. We've got one of these Torsen style limited slips. We've got one of those in the Lexcen there. They're awesome. They're doing torque converters. They've got casings now for like 400s and power glides. And then we're doing tail shafts, diff centers. I mean, right now the boys are setting up a tail shaft for us for the ute. We've got one of the diff centers in the ute right now, so one of their nodular iron centers. So we've just finished that up. It's sitting in the ute right now. Aluminium pinion supports, all the stuff. And then all the LS gear. They've just come up with these new LS rockers. Obviously they do everything from water pumps to alternators, all the front end. Even we've got cylinder heads on the ute that are from ProFlow. Intake manifolds, they're now doing these cast aluminium ones, similar to the billet ones. So this is a fabricated one, which looks awesome. And then they've got the cast alloy ones as well, they're brand new. And then pumps and lines and fittings. Like there's a pair of their like little 340 gallon per hour pumps, or 340 litre per hour, sorry. And we've got two of those in the Lexcen, and they pump enough to support that 700 rear wheel horsepower, no problems at all. So, you know, the billet surge pot, they've got everything. So jump online, vpw.com.au, grab a catalogue, whatever, man, they have everything you need. So let's keep walking and go visit a few other of our friends and sponsors. Oh. Check this beast out. So twin turbo, I think it's an Audi V10, but I'm not really up on the supercar stuff, but look at this. Turbo Smart have got their own turbos now as well. We've been using Turbo Smart stuff for years on our projects, and it's just awesome. It works beautifully. But wow, this thing looks impressive as hell. That is cool. So many wastegates. Wow, these are new, modular sensor blocks. You know, we're a big fan of sensor blocks, you know, because mounting sensors directly to engines and stuff, you know, sometimes they don't handle the vibrations and stuff, so you run remote sensor blocks, run lines off to them. But these modular ones, that's pretty cool, so you can expand on it, so you're not just, you know, oh, I bought a block that has 3 lines on it, oh, now I need 5. Well, modular design means you can expand on it. That's really cool. It's Adam's car. I'm sure you're all familiar with Adam's Capri. So Adam from MPW is always a big help for us. And this is his Capri. It runs 6s at over 200 mile an hour. It is awesome. Maybe he'll take me for a ride one day. Right, so we're down at the Haltech stand, and obviously we've always been big supporters of Haltech and vice versa. And they've got their new Rebel LS set up here. So ECU, loom, that's $2,500, and it'll run your LS. It's plug and play, it's awesome. And they've got a phone app that's coming as well that'll help you set it up. So you'll be able to just get in there, select what is your LS. You know, are you running a LS3, or are you gonna run an LS1 or an LSA? It's all configured right there. You just push the setup and you'll be able to configure your ECU really easily. It's really awesome and cost effective. I mean, $2,500, that's actually really good for loom, ECU. Obviously they've got the new UC10s coming out soon. So this will be their big 10-inch screen that's coming. I mean, we've got all the ECUs. We've used a lot of the Elite stuff in the past, but now we're progressing to the Nexus. And so we've just put the Nexus R5 in the ute. This thing is the bee's knees, the duck's nuts. It's got everything, man. And you can just run anything with it. So configurable and so awesome. And you're gonna see more of that obviously on the ute build. And then obviously they've got all the add-ons here as well. Thermocouples, CAN hubs, keypads, screens. Obviously we've got a couple of these in cars. The PD16 is an expansion box for, like, man, you know, if you don't have enough inputs and outputs, you add a PD16, you've got extra power outputs, extra outputs and inputs for everything. You know, linear position sensors for gear position, shock travel, all that stuff. You're gonna see all that stuff go into our ute, and it's gonna be awesome. So, man, if you're gonna wire up a car for an aftermarket ECU or any of that stuff, Haltech, there you go to. So Heron Forbes is a big supporter of the channel and has been for a long time, and they do all this amazing garage gear, which, yeah, let's go and have a look at it. But English wheels, we've got power hammers, we've got everything, man. Heron Forbes, if you need stuff to work on your cars in the workshop, like building, proper building stuff, this is where you got to go. But it's not just about power hammers and linishes, and it's gear like stools and tables and toolboxes and welders. I mean, we've got trolley jacks, we've got engine cradles and lifts, we've got a rotisserie. I mean, these guys have got everything. So I've got to say, really thankful to have Heron Forbes as a sponsor of the channel. And man, they have some awesome gear and they've allowed us to build some awesome cars. This is awesome, I want one of these. So many drawers. This is really cool, just a little movable workbench with its built-in drawers and everything. This would be great in the workshop. Trouble is, we'd cover it with crap in about 5 seconds. So if you're big into welding, these fixture tables are awesome. We've actually got some of the fixtures, we just haven't got the table yet. But hopefully we can get a table and we can do our welding on that, so it's great to set up. You've seen these in the MPW workshop. We've had them affixing stuff to the table and welding them. It's great to hold stuff in position. You get no movement, nice and solid. Man, it's just the way the professionals do it. So not only is there the trade hall where we've just been up and had a look at all our sponsors and friends, but there's burnouts as well. So there is heaps to see and do here at MotorEx, heaps of halls. There's at least 4 halls full of shiny cars. We're going to start over here, check out in here, and then we'll move over down to the main hall. So let's have a look inside. Boom. So one of the standouts here in the hall is Phil Rollotta's Tirana. This is a car that dates back to the 80s, one of the original Pro Street cars here in Australia. and the thing is a beast. It's just had a massive makeover, and here it is, got him unveiled on Friday or maybe yesterday morning, but looks amazing. This car is so subtle that I almost walked past it, but Chris Retzos's Coronet is amazing. It has a Nelson Racing twin turbo Hemi in it, right? But the thing is so subtle and so well done. It's built by Southern Rod and Custom. It's just an amazing build, and just, man, that engine is just a work of art, and then just every piece of this car is just perfect. Check it out. How cool is this thing? 1962 190 SL, grafted over a 2004 Mercedes-Benz chassis with a supercharged 3.2. So drives like new, but looks like that. It's just a thing of beauty. So the name Ron Barclay doesn't need any introduction in the Street Machine Hall of Fame. He's built some amazing cars over the years with that like HQ way back in the 80s. And then, you know, he's built hot rods and all sorts of stuff. Well, he's built this plain Jane. He calls it the plain Jane Camaro. There's nothing plain about it. It may look mostly stock standard, but the thing is detailed to within an inch of its life. Every part of this car has been massaged. It doesn't matter if you can see it or not. Every part on the car is the same level of quality, whether it's hidden or not. And it's just brilliant. It's the work of art. There are so many amazing cars here this weekend, but the Grand Champion Award has gone to Craig McKenzie's ute. It is a work of art. This ute has been around for a few years, a few different owners. It's been rebuilt several times, but it is looking better than ever, and it's just amazing. And yeah, it's taken home the Grand Champion Award. So not only are there plenty of show cars, burnout cars, drift cars, there's all the cars here, but we've also got the MPW dyno cell. We've got Joey's Stagier wagon up here at the moment. It's a bit of an unusual car, and not only does it have an RB26 under the bonnet, but it is manual as well. This is a factory manual wagon, which is a little bit unusual, and they're going to run it up on the dyno. We'll see what sort of power it makes, but here it'll make a fair bit, maybe somewhere near 600 rear wheel. That's awesome. So that was pretty healthy, 591 rear wheel horsepower. And finally, we are back to where we started, outside the big hall. Let's go inside and check out some amazing cars. So that is MotorEx, done and dusted for another year. So many cars, so many people. It's been awesome. It's great to have the ute here, and a lot of people have been giving us positive comments, positive feedback about the ute. Then obviously going to drive the Lexcen home. So the Lexcen will go home under its own steam. The ute, we're going to get it picked up, towed back to the workshop, and in the next 2 weeks, we're going to get it running, driving. Hopefully it's all going to be good, and we'll get it on the dyno and get it down the track. But you're going to see all that on a future episode of Carnage.